G'day guys, Lindemann here in DCS World. This is the VERGEEV campaign mission number 5, which is continuing on the series. This is started a little bit later on in the mission because it pretty much runs through the same as the other one, starting off in the ramp and starting up, lifting off. This mission is following on from an escort that we made of the Major and investigators, who were transported via convoy and an MI8 HIP to the crash site of an MI28 that went down in the mission before that one, 2 missions ago. So in this mission, we're actually escorting a convoy with the investigation team, and they are coming back to base. So it's pretty simple, but it's all building up, I guess, to something that may happen in the future. In this operation, there is a convoy flown out to where the crash site was. They've flown a green flare, so I can mark the location. It's a bit tricky because it is slow and low-level flight maneuvering around the convoy. I get a little warning at some point coming up saying that I cannot be more than 800 meters away from the convoy, because my first playthrough was this is the first playthrough. So in this playthrough, I actually figure I'll look towards the border, make sure nothing's coming across, and I'll lay back and use my optics to figure out exactly where they are and keep an eye on them from afar. But then I got a little warning, so I had to pretty much keep above them. And I'm just looking at where they are. It is so dark, you just can't see them. And I should have probably spoken to the ground crew and switched in night vision equipment. That would have been a smart thing to do. Or I could fire off signal flares, I suppose, as well. But I didn't bother too much about that. So just a quick mission that we're looking at here to escort the convoy back to base. I'm pretty much in a hover right now, just waiting for them to get to where they're going. You can see I've uncaged the Shkval, and a little trick if you don't know it, for the Shkval you can turn up the brightness and then increase the contrast to get the Shkval to look quite reasonable. I just sort of use the helmet mounted device to slew the Shkval around and find that convoy. So there's the helmet mounted device coming down now, looking around, see if I can see it. Convoy's pretty much just beneath me. It's really hard to see even through the Shkval. The Shkval actually doesn't have night like flare or similar. It's not really a night fighting helicopter. The road is over there, so I'm just going to slew around, see if I can find the road. It's really a daytime helicopter, so it's a bit of a mystery why it's being used right now. If there was a bunch of enemies to take out, I'd probably struggle to do it without some illumination being provided. So the convoy is having a look around. The road is down there. And adjusting the Shkval a little bit as required. You can see you can really crank up the brightness and the contrast. And what I do, just adjusting the gate size. You can see I've got a target acquisition there, or the TA, that's what I pretend that it stands for. It probably means something in Russian. Target acquired. It's got a contrast lock, similar to what a Maverick would basically do there. We've just got a radio call that the convoy is now proceeding. And I need to stay close, so I can't get more than, say, 800 meters away. So I'm just picking up and getting close to them. I can also arm the laser, so I can get a rangefinder fired off and figure out exactly how far away they are. But there's the convoy. That looks like a UAV there, moving from right to left, and I just need to follow it back to base, make sure that they get there safe and sound. So they're proceeding forward. To do this, probably the easiest way, if you wanted to play through it, my advice is to lock them up and then let the helicopter fly for you, just following the convoy. And then what you can do is you can keep your head out of the cockpit. You can basically be looking up and out and worrying about threats, using your eyeballs if you wanted to. You can't really use the Shkval to be looking for threats if you've got to stick really close to the convoy, most likely. And if you can snap it away if required, just using your helmet mounted device and the slew, the uncage, which slews it towards wherever you're looking. But what I've done here is I've basically got the target acquired on the Shkval. It's locked up, and all I need to do is put auto turn to target, so that wherever the Shkval looks or wherever that convoy goes, the helicopter will turn towards it. Then I trimmed in about 30 to 50k an hour ground speed, and in that way, wherever the convoy goes, the helicopter follows them. So I'm not really flying the aircraft at all. And that's the entire mission. The entire mission is sort of low-level navigation, trying to keep track of where the convoy actually is. You can see that I lose them a little bit here, so I just reacquire them with the helmet-mounted device. The Shkval slews, auto turn to target, and just keep that forward momentum going to keep on top of the convoy. And you just need to make sure that you don't hit any trees. I thought this was morning, but the sun is over in the west, so this would be an evening mission, and the sun is actually setting, so it's only going to get darker. So the more time that you spend getting to the target, the more difficult it's going to be to track that convoy and stay within 800 meters. You'll see there's no Blue 4 tracker on the Russian side of things, at least not in DCS world, like you can have with the A10, being able to see other aircraft, etc. So you've pretty much got to keep your eyeballs on that convoy. You can see the circle on the HUD there is where the Shkval is looking, and you can't really see the convoy, but it's just a bunch of trucks and a fire truck and a UAV. So that's pretty much it. This is mission 5. They just roll back to base. You have to stay within 800 meters. My name's Lindemann, and thanks for watching.